Shalom la bachayarium shal yashala. Peace to the election of the nation of Israel. Wa call yibla alahayina wa Yahweh bahashem Yahushai b'Hashem Chakodash. All praises to our power Yahweh bahashem Yahushai b'Hashem Chakodash. Yahweh being the true, almighty, and powerful name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and His only begotten Son's name is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That, of course, is their Tahar Shem Yem. Alright, our Shem Yem Tahar, which Shem or Shem Slakia means name. Yem makes it Yum, makes it plural. And you have Tahar means pure. Alright, so their pure names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son is Yahweh and Yahushai. Alright, which are two separate entities. You have the Father and the Son. Of course, Bahashem meaning in the name, Recha meaning spirit, Kodash is holy. Of course, we got to come in the name of Yahushai, who is the intercessor for the nation of Israel, to get back, of course, to the Father, which is the Father's name is Yahweh. Alright, and of course, then coming in the name of the Recha Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit. Of course, Shinya Kabad La Shalayachim Nawa was a Konyam Nawa, which are a great millstone. We meaning Shinya meaning two or double. Alright, Kabad is honor. La means two. Shalayachim Nawa means our apostles. Wa means and. Zechonium means the elder. Alright, also it means beard too as well. But going on, elders and of course the apostles at Great Millstone. Well, and of course peace and salutations are Shalom wa Chesed, or well, Shalom wa Chesed, which Chesed is mercy, actually, I want to say. Peace and mercy to, of course, the election of the nation of Israel. Shemya Mafba, my name's Mafba, Mayan Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp. Alright, our Machana, alright, which is, that's camp in Hebrew. Baha Ayar, in the city of Philadelphia, Baha in or Babal in Babylon. Alright, coming again with another lesson through the Chakodash. Alright, Holy Spirit, Ma'amath. Alright, of truth. So you have here, upgrade your memory with a surgical implanted chip, brain prosthesis of computer in your skull. Alright, so just going up, we're going to look up this word for prosthesis, which you have here, the artificial body parts such as the leg, heart, breast implant. Right, you could just think of anything, obviously, as what, as it says from the Greek and the Latin, very late Latin from the Greek, which from prosthesia would mean, from pro mean in addition, and you have Thenia means to place. So you got addition to place. Alright, so you know they're gonna put addition, you know, to the place of your brain, okay, which in this case it's an artificial, alright, thing which is gonna be inserted in your body, which is a chip, which this actually is a biblical prophecy being actually coming soon to pass. Alright, meaning it's gonna come to pass. It was said before by the Lord in the Bible, written in the scriptures, which were written and scribed by the prophets, which the things are written before times is written for our learning, you know, so that we can, of course, have warning not to, of course, accept these things, because the judgment for accepting a surgical implanted chip in your body, whether it's in your brain or any other part of your body, alright, which they have the right or left hand, etc., or wherever in your body, it is a violation of the book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting at you'll say verse 16, alright, down to 18. Okay, yeah, also a clear violation, transgression of the law written in, you know, the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and 28, which we shouldn't have any cuttings in our flesh or any markings for the dead. All right, because we are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans are the true biblical, all right, people of the Lord's chosen people, the only anointed ones, the only ones who were set apart from the rest of the nations, the Israelites. And of course, since our seed has been scattered amongst the heathen, some of our people may look like the other nations, but they are actual Israelites. Okay, so you have it here. Upgrade your memory with a surgical implanted chip. Let's go into the article and then bring out some edification within the scriptures. It says, in a grainy black and white video shot at Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, a patient sits in a hospital bed, his head is wrapped in a bandage, and he's trying to recall 12 words for a memory test, but he can only conjure 3. Yeah, he can only bring up 3, you know. Whale, pit, and zoo. After a pause, he gives up, sinking his head into his hands. In the second video, he recites all 12 words without hesitation. No kidding, you got them all, a researcher says. And of course, I would believe he would say that very ecstatic, judging by this explanation point. So it says, no kidding, you got them all. Just imagine somebody saying that. It says, this time the patient had help a prosthetic memory aid inserted in his brain. All right, and this is the microchip, RFID microchip, also known as the NFC chip. RFID meaning radio frequency identification device. All right, and you have NFC is near field communication. Same technology, which has the ability to store information. And in this situation here, it's bringing forth a left-hand side carnal miracle, which is written in the scriptures. All right, this is going to be the book of, I'll go to the book of the 2 Thessalonians, that is chapter 2. And the point is at 9. So it says here, I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. It says Jesus Christ, but the true name of the Lord's only begotten Son is Yahushua, which means he the deliverer in the Hebrew and the Lashwan Kodash. Okay, that's a pure name. All right, Tahar Shem of Yahweh. Yahweh is the Most High, Slakia. Yeah, Yahweh, the Most High's Son, is Yahushua. Hamashiach has Christ, which means the Anointed One. Hamashiach, all right, or Mashiach, all right, means anointed. It says, and by the gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters from us, as the day of Hamashiach is at hand. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there be a falling away first, and that no man, that it says, and that the men of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, which is the son of what? Death, which is Esau, Edom. Okay, the wicked, Esau, Edom, which the earth is given on hand of the wicked. So those who are ruling, all right, who have the race of people whom have control of the whole earth, okay, they are the wicked. Okay, you have it where these obviously the elite banking families and such, their lineage go back to Esau, Edom. They are Edomites. Okay, who came out red like a hairy garment. All right, they're the son of perdition. And of course that falling away first talks about who us as a nation, we had to fall. Obviously we fell in of course in times past. All right, you know, lost our heritage. All right, became Gentiles. Okay, going after all these different philosophies, went astray, and now of course we're waking up now. All right, right, so going on, so it says here that man is sin. It says, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called the Most High, as says God, or is worship, so that he sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And of course, who done did that? All right, it's have the Edomites. Okay, they have done that. All right, who have done a iconoclasm. Okay, painted themselves to be as the Lord, but really they of course put up a false image of the Lord, because the Lord actually is a dark-skinned man. The Most High is a dark-skinned man as well. All right. Of course, they paint themselves as the saints. Okay, which are of course the Israelites. Okay, and the Israelites, all right, their natural visage is to be of derivatives of brown. The angels are derivatives of brown. All right. And you can go through obviously the scriptures to get this understanding if you watch the apostles at Great Millstone. All right, and the elders and the brothers on down. Okay, starting with our apostle elder Tahar. Okay. Now, going on, it says here, I'm gonna go to verse 7. All right, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already walk, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And the Lord, of course, is in control of everything, of all things. And he's the one that is, of course, allowing, of course, the Edomites to rule. Okay, which they have, of course, what? The rule of this kingdom. Okay, this whole world. All right. So going on, it says in verse 9, just skipping to it, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. And of course, you have these different signs and lying wonders. All right, is obviously different various forms of technology you have. Okay, which he was given that as a miracle. Okay. As a the socket, not as a miracle, but as a blessing on a carnal end. All right. This is gonna be a scripture which I'm gonna bring out. This is Revelation chapter 19 and 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. All right. You have the beast, which is they in the EU. You have the false prophet, being the Roman Catholic Church, that wrought miracles before him. All right. The miracles of the technology and such, which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image, which is the Roman system. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone, which is going to be that thermonuclear fire. All right, which is going to occur due to the judgment of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Shai, which is World War III. Okay, so you have it where there's people who are going to take this chip, they're going to be deceived. Okay, which this is the mark of the beast. Okay, the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, the NFC chip, which can be put in your body. All right, now you have it here just to prove it. In the book of Revelation chapter 13 and 15 is going on. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. As this is a part of the whole system of obviously the rulers. Okay, which is you have it the one world government. Okay, which they want to establish. Okay, which are the Edomites. Okay, and of course, due to the current YouTube censorship oppression, we're using choice words when we describe and point out who actually are the Edomites, which is clearly already proven who they are. We're just using choice words due not to be any, strikes or videos go down, which is going to go down anyway, but, just doing our best. All right. fight and battle and combat against these algorithms and such. All right. It says here, verse 16, he causeth all, and that's who the wicked, all right, who of course have control of the earth, all right, which are the Edomites, okay. It says he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead. So part, of course, that of course, just so that you understand, this being 2019, the year Charagma, they're pushing this, this device, this wicked thought, and they're playing kabod heavy, all right. And they're going to, of course, make it where it's going to be mandatory. All right. Cause all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, people who are in jail or out of jail who are free. All right. Rich from the lower social economic classes to the highest. Okay. To receive a mark. Okay. Which the mark is charagma, which is a what? It's you have a stamp or imprinted mark. All right. It says a thing carved or a sculpture, which this is going to be something that's carved, which is going to go beneath your skin. All right. From of course, the root, which is karax. All right. Which is a palisade or a stake, in which this chip, all right, or brain implant. Okay. You have it here. You have even here to sharpen to a point. All right, you can look up obviously images of the chip being, of course, as the size of a grain of rice. But right now we're speaking about this this current brain implant thing, okay? Because it says here, he caused all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so that's a biblical prophecy, which was written by the prophet John, all right, the revelator on the Isle of Patmos. Okay, this is written, let's say, thousands of years ago, at least 2,000 at least. So this definitely is, what you see here, this brain chip is has been written before, okay, and it's going to be fulfilled. All right, let's see what I got here. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 12 and 25, which it reads here, for I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, which that's prophecy. That's what prophecy is all about. When the Lord speaks and it comes to pass, of course, it's true. All right, the Lord is not a man that he should lie anyway. All right, he's bound by his word. Okay, it says it shall it shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, which that's the house of Israel, so-called New Latins, the Americans, will I say the word and will perform it, said the Lord Yahweh. So the Lord, when he says something, he goes and perform it. Okay, which, just to go into that word for perform, you got Aisha, which that means, of course, means done. Okay, in the Hebrew, Aisha, all right, which done, all right, to fashion, to make, produce. Okay, so it's done. All right, it's done. When he says something, is Aisha, done. Okay, so goes on. It says again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, which this is Ezekiel receiving this. All right, it says, son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off. And that's what a lot of our people, they say when we tell them about these various scriptures, okay, that there's going to be a World War III, there's going to be martial law declared beforehand. All right, the earth is going to be hit with missiles. Okay, certain parts of the earth, such as America, is going to be destroyed completely and going to not be inhabited thereof afterwards. All right, there's going to be a big refresh. There's going to be, of course, this chip, as we're talking about, being made mandatory. All right, 2/3, 2 parts of the nation of Israel shall be cut off and die. There's going to be a huge slaughter. All right, the Edomites are gonna, and the rest of the Gawayim, all right, the rest of the nations outside of the nation of Israel are gonna go in slavery. All right, we tell you about these things, but they say that these are things that are be for times afar off. All right, which that's wicked to think. All right, because as in the scriptures, it says here in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and 1, it says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before," because he written it in the scriptures. All right, "then thou shalt understand that is in the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made." All right, which that's going to be the second coming of Yahweh Shai. All right, and that's measured by the time, by what? The prophecies, okay, which have been made plain upon table. Okay, it's clearly evident by the prophets. Okay, we know by the signs which the Lord left us that we're in the time of the end. Okay, the end of what? The age, rulership of the Edomites. Okay, because we know that we're at the end because the Edomites are ruling. Okay, as in what's that? 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Get that real quick. It says here, 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and 9. It says here, it's actually starting at verse 6. It says here, "Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also shall they be ended, and by none other." It's going to be ended by the Lord. It says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the part and asunder of the times?" Of the prophet Ezra here is asking. All right, or when shall be the first, the end? It says, "When shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?" And he said unto me, "From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were first born, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau," which symbolizes us bringing, of course, Esau down in rulership, "as the saints shall take the kingdom." All right, and they're gonna have it forever. I will. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world," so which the end of the world and the end of the age. All right, a time. Okay. It says, "And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Okay, so that's the of course the Jacob is the so-called niggas Latino, the Americans. All right, who the world was made for. Okay, so just understanding it, we know we're in the end, judging by what's written in the scriptures, and these prophecies which have been written are being fulfilled before our eyes. All right, our ayin now. All right, which ayin is I believe in Hebrew, and nawa means hour. All right, just so that you can get some understanding of the language of the Hebrew and the Lashon Kodash, which is our actual original language, us Hebrew Israelites. Okay, we have a nationality, we have a book, which is the Bible. We have, of course, this truth, the election that that's been, of course, chosen. They have it. All right, the true Zamath. We're called, we're put on as the elect. I know I am. To the best of my ability, I am. Having the Amawan faith that I am. All right, so just going back now, or I thought, to the article. Okay, there was a prosthetic memory aid inserted into his brain. So this would be a chip, okay, put in his forehead, so that if you can understand the prophecy. Over the past 5 years, the U.S. Department, our Defense, our DARPA research project agency, DARPA, has invested $77 million to develop devices, all right, intended to restore the memory generation capacity of people with traumatic brain injuries. All right, and it says in the scriptures that we're not what? We're not ignorant, meaning not to know. All right, of Satan's devices. This is, I believe that's in Corinthians. Maybe like 2 and 11. I'll just put it in. Second Corinthians 2. Slakia, this thing is crazy. Second Corinthians 2 and 11. Korah. It reads, least Shaitan, Satan, alright, which the enemy or adversary, alright, of the whole planet Earth and the nation of Israel is obviously clearly the Edomites, alright. Esau, Edom, alright. It says, least Satan should get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices, which, devices go back to his wicked, evil thoughts from Noema, alright, which that is what? A thought, a wicked, alright, evil purpose, okay, which one thinks in his mind, alright, this mixing of man and machine, AI, alright, being a part of the Internet of Things, okay, merging man with, machine, okay. You can understand everything being integrated in society, all right, digitally, technologically, all right, ultimately as a form of servitude to the rulers that are ruling, which are the Edomites, okay, who want obviously the Nepashim, the souls of the Israelites, okay. They want us all within their abadium, all right, or servitude, or abad, okay, slavery, or bada, I believe that might be in the Hebrew, labor and servitude. So continue forth in this actual article. I mean, it says here, Saki, that was another article. It says that they have what, this invested money into the development of devices, which this would be a chip to restore memory generation capacity of people who have traumatic brain injuries. Last year, 2 groups conducted tests on humans, published compelling results. The Mayo Clinic device created by Michael Kahana, a professor of psychology, which psychology that deals with the mind. All right. Okay. It says, just to make sure, study of the human mind and its functions, especially those affecting behavior. All right, at the University of Penn, which is here, all right, and of course the same state which I'm in, all right, which that's just not even a 30-minute drive, all right, in the city I live in, right. That's downtown. It says in medical technology company Medtronic PLC connected to the left temporal cortex. It monitors the brain's electrical activity and forecasts whether a lasting memory will be created. It says just like meteorologists predict the weather by putting sensors in the environment that measure humidity and wind speed and temperature, we put sensors in the brain to measure electrical signals. It says if the brain activity is suboptimal, the device, which means suboptimal means like below average, all right, it's not, of course, not performing to its highest ability, the device provides a small zap undetectable to the patient to strengthen the signal and increase the chance of memory formation. In separate studies, researchers found the prototype consistently boosted memory of 15% to 18%. So that's a, 3% difference? 18, 15, 16, 17, 18. It says the second grip performed human testing, a team from Wake Forest and Baptist Medical Center. So you have it, this people already been testing, they've already been testing, doing trial and errors, or trial runs of this technology. Okay, so when they, of course, do implement it to its mandatory phase, okay, it already is in its perfection. It says here, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, aided by colleagues at University of Southern California, it says it says has more finely tuned method. In a study published last year, patients showed memory retention improvement was much as 37%, so that's more higher. We're looking at questions like, where are my keys? Where did I park my car? Have I taken my pills? Says Robert Hampson, lead author of the 2018 studies. It says to form memories, several neurons fire in a highly specific way, transmitting a code. The code is different from a unique memories and unique individuals. It says Hampson says by surveying a few dozen neurons in the hippocampus, the brain area responsibility for memory formation, his team learned to identify patterns indicating correct and incorrect memory formation for each patient to supply accurate codes when the brain faltered. It says in present patients with 100 of pictures, the group could even recognize certain neuron firings patterns as particular memories. So they got this all to a level where it's, they got all the algorithms, the patterns, all, basically they're figuring them out, so they can link them to, particular memories. It says we're able to say, for example, that code of a yellow house with the car in front of it, says Theodore Berger, a professor of bioengineering, at the University of Southern California, helped to develop mathematical models for the Hampson team. Both groups have tested their devices only on epileptic patients with electrodes already implanted in their brain to monitor seizures. Each implant requires a clunky external hardware that won't fit in somebody's skull. The next step would be building smaller implants and getting approval from the U.S. and Food and Drug Information, or USDA, to bring the device to market. A startup called Nia Therapeutics Inc. is already working to commercialize Kahana's technology, says Justin Sanchez, who stepped down as the director of DARPA Biological Technology Office. Says veterans will be the first to use prosthetics. Now you have it, veterans of what? In the military, which you have our elders and apostles said that a lot, of course, of these people in the military already have the chip, okay? And you got different various shows such as Black Mirror. They go and expose that, all right? It says here that we will be the first to use the prosthetics. It says we have hundreds of thousands of military personnel with the traumatic brain injuries, because they have post-traumatic stress syndrome and such. Okay, and this would be a way to perform the miracle on the left-hand side to help alleviate that. All right. He says the next group will be likely stroke and Alzheimer's patients. Another thing, you can look into this. Military-funded study successfully tests prosthetic memory and brain implants. But going further, it says here that Alzheimer's patients, Alzheimer's disease, that deals with obviously, when you memory loss and such. Alzheimer's, progressive mental degeneration that can occur in middle or old age due to generalized or generation of the brain. So the brain obviously degenerates. Thus, when that happens, you will lose memories. Okay, and of course, to bring them back, their form of that is using this technology. All right, which Esau Edom is bringing forth. All right, eventually, because that's how they want to be a god. Is eventually, perhaps the general public will have access, and they will have access, though there will be serious obstacles to mass adoption. I don't think that any of us are going to be signing up voluntary brain surgery anytime soon. And I mean, basically, if you don't sign up for that, you know, because it just goes into Sanchez says only when these technologies become less invasive or non-invasive, they will become more widespread. I mean, they're pushing towards this technology, the neural lace and such, very rapidly. So, I mean, you can't always believe everything that you can't. Well, really, you can't even believe what the so-called white man is or Slakia. Well, we can't believe what the Edomites say. All right, you know, off of what they, because they are proven liars. Okay, simple as that. Okay. I'm only saying Salakia just for, you know, obviously I don't want the video to be, you know, taken down and stuff. But you already know who the Edomites are. Now, you know, this is, you know, it says in the scriptures that they're wiser than Daniel. So the Lord gave them this blessing. So I want to just leave off with a couple other scriptures. All right. And let's leave it off. It says here in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 8 and 1, it says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. You know, it's for the elect. All right, for the nation of Israel. All right. This world right here is for many, as you see. You know, it's obviously given unto the hand of the wicked. So, you know, they're living it up. But ultimately, it's for the elect, the world that's to come. All right, starting with 144,000. All right, you know, and the rest of the 1/3, and then on down. Okay, the elect, the chosen is the nation of Israel. It says, I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it given much wood or mud, whereof earthen vessels are made, but a little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. You know, it says there be many created, but few shall be saved. You know, why is that? Many, of course, are gonna die because they're gonna accept these chips in their bodies. All right, which is a violation of that, you know, the law, statutes, commandments. Okay, which you know, you can read the book of Revelation chapter 14. Okay, you know, you get, you know, death if you take this chip. Right, it says here in Revelation chapter 14 and 7, I'm sorry, there it says, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the foundations of the waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. You have this, you know, part of this agenda to bring forth a cashless society. All right, that's ultimately, all right, to bring this chip to be mandatory. That's why you see all these, you know, this push towards that cashless, you know, not using these debt notes and stuff. Okay, and this, you know, the wine, of course, is the different philosophy which nations are drunk upon. All right, you know, the nations are mad, you know, because they have drunk, you know, these different philosophies up from Babylon, which is America. All right, which are ruled by the Edomites, and they rule the whole world, but these other nations follow behind them. It says, and a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark. So if you receive his mark, all right, which, you know, just so you can go into that word for receive. Okay, receive, to take. Okay, that's it, to take, to claim, to procure for oneself. All right, let me see what this word for procure, I want to look this up. procure, just to obtain, okay, just to have, basically. All right. So if you receive it, what you receive it by, of course, putting it in your body, because the technology is out here just in, within, like you say, like your cell phone devices, your smartphones, that is, various, your credit cards, some of your different entries to the building, these various cards that you use to enter, these contactless, entry, that technology is in it. All right. It says here, reading on, it says the same, right, what it says, receive the mark in his forehead, which that'd be this brain implant, or in his hand. It says the same shall drink of the wine and the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of his holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The Lamb, of course, is Yahushai, the angels, the Mala'ach Kayim, all right, Mala'ach Kayim, all right, which is the angels, all right, messengers, which are gonna be here when the Lord, because the Lord gonna come with clouds, all right. He's coming. He's not gonna meet thee as a man. And they're gonna be coming in what they call so-called UFOs, okay, which are the chariots of the Most High, all right. So you'll be destroyed if you take this chip. Simple as that. So you shouldn't be, of course, deceived, all right, by, this technology. It definitely being the RFID microchip, then being the mark of the beast, okay, the NFC chip, all right. It says here in 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 2, it said in 1, actually, it says, thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace, or chan, that is in Hamashiach Yahushai, and that the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men. So you had Timothy, all right, which is an understudy of Paul. Of course, you have it where the apostles, they received these revelations and such. They received and they manifested onto us. The prophets are here in a regeneration. So these men have the truth, all right? So, you should believe them, okay? Which is the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. It says the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. All right. So you have it where the teachers are not moved into a corner. The Lord revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets. They're here. So part of the secrets is what the RFID chip is, or what the mark of the beast is, which it is the chip. All right. So, with that, that's basically all I got for now. Upgrade your memory with a surgical implanted chip. This is, of course, miracles, all right, working of Satan, okay? Don't take the chip, the RFID microchip. NFC chip is the mark of the beast. Don't take it in your body, all right? It's a thing that's, goes beneath your skin, surgically. Don't accept it. That, I'm going to say shalom to the elect, and double honors to those apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.